Hi, my name is Diego Santiago and I will be presenting my video blog. I call it We Must Learn from Experience to Avoid Repeating Mistakes. I chose an article of the Washington Post, which is a daily newspaper in Washington, D.C. It was founded on 1877 and has won almost 69 Pulitzer Pfizer. The article was published on March 4, 2021 by Anthony Fiola. The title is Who, How Future Generations Will Judge Humanity Performance Against the Coronavirus. As he started, this article is review of, of a historical event and takes a critical look of pandemic Covid19. Our problem with pandemic is that we tend to forget the reformed never learn. It is about a group of activists that are building a global time capsule. The main purpose is to keep it at the National Library of Medicine. This is a place that holds 30 million documents from now 9,000 sources. This capsule will be like a big record of everything: photos, videos, documents, podcasts, news, web places, and almost everything of what happened on 2020, especially what we did wrong so we can avoid repeating mistakes. The article mentioned the humanity's failures dealing with pandemic experience: Ebola, H1N1, SARS, and Zika shows, and obvious that we do not learn from them. It is a panoramic view of what we all lived after having decades of planning, control disease, organization, big failures to coordinate between countries, lack of dealership, no lockdowns, missing information, and politicization of the health crisis. The digital memory will be to the great pandemic 2020 to 2021. It will have 3 terabytes that will resume the best and the worst of it. Some examples are United States more than 525,000 deaths, Brazil 250,000 deaths, Great Britain 125,000 deaths, and Ecuador with images of dead people in the street and houses with flies around. Others like Australia, South Korea, New Zealand did it better. It also was excellent that we built vaccines in less than a year. After all these months, the world rich, rich, richest people regret what they lost. But the working class, especially the women, are still unemployed. We learn about the mobile office and the governments spend more than 15 trillion in stimulating ideas to save economies, which is a small part of what we need to save planet Earth. At the end, the big problem is that we forget as in 1918 that influenza killed 15 million people. Uh, I was wrong. It was 15, 50. It was 50 million people that was killed. History repeat itself. We need to learn, and having details and a memory can help. I identified two sources related to this item. The first one was wrote by Wildred Ochoa, Five Lessons from the Pandemic. The author gave us lessons from that we should take notice. Number one, learn to live in uncertain. The crisis itself has shown us that those political leaders, local and national, who have best managed the containment and the effect of the pandemic are those who were able to put themselves in the worst possible scenario to make the best decision. The second one, the transition to the green economy is now or never. The conditions are in place to apply a kind of reset in the global economy that leads to the green transition to sustainable life model. The third one, we must give science the value it deserves. The global medical and scientific community the, have worked together to find the best possible treatment. For this reason, citizens must continue defending science and force its development. The fourth one, freedom is about big data. This is using technology and or data to develop effective life-saving and disease-containing treatment, but the risk of its misuse arise. The change is how we are going to avoid the social control of rules and authority regimes. The last one, the value of global cooperation. The change is to build from now on a collaborative and cooperative global society can be that can better face the problem that future coefficients will pose. Here the CDG Sustainable Development Goals United States nation should be the best roadmap. Uh, that is from Ochoa. The other sources was from Marcelo Farfán Pacheco and is an essay from Salesian. The pedagogical understanding that explains the current crisis caused by Covid-19 pandemic. The importance of the figure of Don Bosco's experience during the cholera pandemic in Turin in 1854. He developed he de- he believed that, that from the Salesian understanding of the recent global health crisis, we must look at the impact of people in our life, the meaning of life, and the importance of secular education that is not contrasted with an education of rich and varied spiritual expression of people and culture. But the pandemic has forced us to look at reality differently, questioning all of our security, but it has given us the opportunity to rediscover what's truly essential in the education field. That is a quote of Farfan Pacheco. I chose an excellent article that resumed perfectly what we had lived for the past year. We never thought that this will happen, and has that that was the problem. And that was the problem. Huh? It was not the first time, and we did not learn from the past. It has been a great lesson for all of us, since we are using face masks. We have less infections and colds, and I think that we will using them almost forever. Uh, Now we are more consciously of health practices. We learn more about technological opportunities and about caring for or develop. But it is not enough. We need to learn the lesson, keep health education, social distancing, and never forget what happened. We need to get consciousness for less complaints and more education and action. Thank you. This was my presentation, and here are the references. Thank you.